So one of the things that not only in the Chinese mythology, but also in many other mythologies, women were normally treated as sometimes a troublemaker. For example, in Adam and Eve story, a creation story. And sometimes, of course, in the Chinese mythology, women sometimes will be treated in the very beginning in the creation myth as a sort of the savior of the world of, for example, in the story of 女娲, basically when those two men fight, they made a disaster that they collapsed the sky, so 女娲has to fix it. So woman was a sort of role that they're protecting the world from being destroyed by men. I mean, of course, those different stories, different schools of thought. Some schools will say, oh, woman is nothing. Some of the schools will say, no, we want to use this as a tool to against those mainstream mythology. So this is why they give women a better status, because they are not agreeing with the existing schools. So in this way, the roles of women being shifted because they suit different purpose. So that's one of the things that you touch upon. Another thing which is the four love stories, the four classic love stories you were just mentioning, they are actually connected with what we want to discuss here. So the Weaver Girl story is basically the love between God and a human. And then now the White Snake story is basically become a normal human falling in love with a demon. So now in that story, 𝗱𝗲𝗁, who is a normal man, a normal human beings, a normal mortals, wants to save this man from being trapped by demons. Okay, so they disregard any love. So love means nothing. So the thing that they want to protect is the existing social structure. And of course, now let's say, okay, now what happens if a human being falls in love with a human being? So you have this butterfly story, right? No, butterfly hours, right? So you have this story. This story, you say, okay, now this is a human falling in love with a human. But the problem was they are of different hierarchies. Although the woman is rich, but the man's family, although they are in the same status, but the man's family, the woman's family, they want to marry a higher positioned man. Or perhaps in some versions, the higher positioned man wants to marry this woman, so they force this woman. So of course, this was again a tragedy, right? And then all those stories, they tell different stories, but the key thing is they disregard true love. They disregard feelings. And this is what you just discussed with, for example, 𝗘𝘃𝗲𝗁's investigation of, for example, Lady Mengjiang. Lady Mengjiang is the fourth love story that 𝗘𝘃𝗲𝗁 collected and also featured in this book. So basically, I think even nowadays when we discuss men and women, some people will say, especially men, will normally say, oh, feelings of girls and women, they emphasize on feelings, but feelings are nothing. So you should be perseverance, and you should be this and that. So this discard of feelings is very strong because they say, okay, you have to be rational, you have to be etc., etc. But the problem is we live in the moment. We live at the moment. We are human beings. We have feelings. Of course, we want to do long-run stuff, but also we want to enjoy the moment. So those are contradictions, and then those contradictions have to be balanced. Those are the things that I think we can touch upon on when we discuss patriarchy, when we discuss male dominance, etc. But thank you very much.